Lions announced that Kerby Joseph is going to be out for the rest of the season. I mean, I think they knew that from the beginning. He tried to tough it out. He tried to thug it out. Let's talk about it. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole nine. I mean, it's a wild time. It's a wild situation. Both safeties was out. It's not the first time both safeties was injured. I believe before last offseason, excuse me on this. I believe before our last offseason, both safeties were injured. I think y'all forgot. One had an ankle, one had a hip. So yeah, I'm not surprised. A lot of guys who they paid, they got injured. I think Sewell's extension kicked in, or about to kick in. He got injured. Amara St. Brown, he got his money. Extension about to kick in. He got injured. He playing through the pain. Kerby Joseph got paid, got injured. So it's a lot of, it's some other guys they got paid. Dave Montgomery got that extension. Not too long after that, he got injured. So, I mean, that's just why, NFL, they have the, the franchise tag, and they don't want to pay players because it's a high collision sport. It's a high collision sport, man. So they really don't be wanting to pay these guys because the shelf life, as soon as you pay them, then all of a sudden, look at the 49ers and Ayuk. He got paid, got injured. They said that he ain't even been in the building. Like, I think Kyle Shanahan said he ain't seen him in like a year or something like that. So, yeah. So he said he ain't, but it is what it is. And then you got to understand the human element of it is once you get that payday, even though it's a lot of that, all that money ain't guaranteed in the NFL, none of it is. They can take the guaranteed money from you, and you can never relax on your own morals. A lot of these guys, they get that money and they relax. They're like, oh, I made it, or I'm, and then you relax and they take the money from you. They take your bread from you. Yes, they take your bread from you. So, but for the most part, it talks about Kerby Joseph may be done. Sam Laporta may be done. And that was just, a little post he made. And, I expect to see both of them back next year. They should have just let him heal, get the surgery, be done with it. Get the surgery and be done with it. That would be my thing too. Get the surgery, be done with it, start the rehab. Guess what? You can enjoy your off season if you would have got the surgery. The Lions, it ain't their year, and it ain't gonna never be their year to keep it a beam. But they just often injured, and until they figure out whether what we gonna do about it to curb the scale of injuries, it's nothing even to speak on. To be honest with you, what are we gonna do as a franchise to get more durable players and to preserve our players better in practice? So, but I ain't mad at it. I feel like he should have been shut down way before the Kansas City game. You can tell the momentum of this team. It's just hope. Hope helps the mind become delusional. Slim odds, help the mind to become delusional. This team didn't have a bat's chance in hell to ever compete for a championship this year, let alone make the playoffs. Whether it was John Morton, whether it was the quarterback, the reshuffling of the offensive line, they didn't have a chance. And that feeling that you felt at the last season, that record they had, it was it. That was it. That was their glimpse of window. Now they must reopen the window. And it's okay. Kansas City is now looking at a reopening of a window or refurbishing. Maybe we should just say refurbishing. You know what I'm saying? A renovation. It happens. It truly happens. So it's nothing to be ashamed about. You let these guys get healthy. You see where we can improve at. What is Ben Johnson doing so well that his guys are not dropping like flies? What did he understand that y'all guys don't understand? Still in Chicago, he's still running, seemed like, with a two-back system. But, for the most part, if Joseph walk away, if Laporta walk away, if you don't bring back Branch after next season or whatever, and I expect him to make a recovery from that, a somewhat of recovery from that Achilles injury. You know what I'm saying? The lighter you are, the easier it is for you to recover from that injury. I think a lot of people don't really recognize that the heavier you are, all those lower body injuries, those become complications, okay? But I expect him to, to make a recovery and, see what he can do. But Kerby Joseph, hopefully he get his knee together. He get that together and keep it moving into next season. Ennis Rackstraw, he graduated from Missouri. He getting his mind right. There can be a lot of hoping. You hope Terrion can stay healthy. You hope Rackstraw can stay healthy. You hope your safeties can get back healthy and stay healthy next year. You hope that Brad Holmes go out there and find a pass rusher. You hope Aleem McNeil bounces back and be in a position to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So you hope a lot of those things happen on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, a lot of it is just philosophy. You hope that the offensive line, they figure it out. But you hope they get the right commander in chief calling that offensive side of the ball. So, but with Kerby, it is what it is, man. He should have been shut down from the beginning. And it's, but shout out to him for wanting to earn his keep, earn his pesos, earn his guap, and get back out there. But the Lions don't have a best chance in hell to do anything moving forward. They don't even have the philosophy to cover up their deficiencies. Think about the NFC game or the playoff game they had last year. I'm going to just let you know how sometimes it can be so simple. It's too fucking simple. And with guys, it's like that. Sometimes we have the simple answer and we make it complicated. I can't explain why men do that, right? But just think about this for a minute. You had the 30-second run. You had the 30-second worst rush defense in the National Football League. And you want to come out throwing the fucking football. Every time Gibbs touched the ball, he getting damn near 10 yards a pop versus the Commanders last year. But on 3rd and 2nd, they go 5 wides and Goff gets a concussion, throws a pick. So like I said before, the game plan should have been, hey man, we plan to run this bitch 50 times. That's the fucking game plan. Nope. They wanted to get out. They wanted to get into a shootout. They wanted to get into a shootout with a healthy team, with an unhealthy defense. It's just, it baffles you. It baffles you. It truly baffles you. And it's the same thing that they doing right down this season. You got you have previous history, long-term history of Montgomery and Gibbs working together and being successful as a tandem. Oh, let's just go together and look at your season. Look at your defense. They got some decisions to make, man. They got a lot of decisions to make on the defensive side alone. So we'll see what happens. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist at the link tree. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.